MINNIE HAUK has won the Irish Oaks for trainer Aidan O'Brien, who joins me. Firstly, congratulations, Aidan. She was long odds on, but from our eye, looked quite hard fought. What were your reflections?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Jost is a good filly. Wayne was going to make the run, and we thought Ryan would sit second, but obviously Dylan was there, and Ryan was down the rail, and he was in a little bit of a pocket, so he said he preferred to come back out of it and not to be getting caught in there, because obviously if Dylan had stayed going well, he could have held him in there. So he came back and followed Dylan. It wasn't too fast a pace. She'd probably prefer a stronger tempo, but we were very happy with her, really. Joseph's filly beat MINNIE HAUK in her maiden, and she ran close to her in Epsom as well. So no, we were very happy, really. Jess, it wasn't a fast race. And you probably won't see the best of her until the pace is strong and she gets into a big tempo. She's a big stride, doesn't do much when she goes there either. Never did. The same in Chester, same in Epsom. You know, she's just goes there and waits a little bit. But no, we were delighted with her, really.
Yeah, she's achieved what Snowfall did a few years ago, winning both the English and the Irish version of the Oaks. She's gone on a similar path. What happens now? Will she have the same second half of her season, the Yorkshire Oaks and maybe the Arc?
Yeah, so obviously the boss and the lads will decide that, and I just heard the boss asking Ryan when he came in what would they do, and Ryan was saying to go to York with her, and then I think the boss said to him, what if you missed York and trained her for the Vermoy as an Arc prep? So we could do that as well, and I suppose he's conscious of the other fillies. Whirl is there as well, yeah, so and then the filly that was second in the French Oak. So there, at the moment, both of those are going to Goodwood. Yeah. And I suppose if MINNIE HAUK was missing York, one of those could go there. But if she was going there, obviously the other two would go to Goodwood. So I think it's all a little bit up in there. And I don't think any of them had hard races today. So you would imagine come out of the race very well, and hopefully. So yeah, so I suppose the next week or 10 days will tell. But so she has a choice. The answer to your question is she's a choice: either go to York or have a break and go to the Arc prep. So one or the other, I'd imagine.
Could there be a possibility that the Derby and Oaks winners could match up against each other in the Arc at some point?
It is very possible. Obviously, Lambourne, we have to see whether he goes to King George next weekend or not. I would say at the moment it probably looks like more Jan Bergal going with Continuous, and Lambourne mightn't go there. So yeah, but I suppose we have to wait and see what the lads want to do. Obviously Lambourne is after having a busier time than the others now, and if he was going to have an autumn campaign, like going to the Voltage or on the way to the Ledger or something, he would kind of have to get a little rest somewhere, and that'll have to be happening in the next week or 10 days if that is going to happen. So I'd imagine they'll probably decide their Monday, Tuesday, and then if that is, then he'll have an easy couple of weeks and be trained for York or something like that. I would think so.
A big second part of the season for you. My final question: True Love was very ultra impressive. She's got a Nunthorpe entry. Is that a race that you would consider for her, considering how easy she's finding it against the boys?
Yeah, I would imagine it's possible. The plan coming here today with her was whether she'd go step up the 6 or not. She hasn't ran over 6 before, she hasn't ran over 6, so that was the first time. So we had to see whether that was so. It looks like the horse that won the Coventry will come here for the Hinds, and if that was the case, then she could go to the Marnie or something like that, and then obviously and if she wasn't doing that, she'd go straight to the Nunthorpe. But I would imagine, listen, she's a filly, and might be easier to go the other two routes with her. And looking like her today, she could get further, even though she is known never. She is pacey.
Yeah, well, you've done a brilliant double, Irish and English, Oaks and Derby. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Aidan.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.